Welcome to another deep dive from Peaceful Rooster Experience. Today, we're going to be exploring a story
Okay.
that's more than just a business case study. It's about how one man's vision intertwined with a nation's journey
Mm,
toward affordable mobility.
mm.
We're diving into the life of Osamu Suzuki
Wow.
and the incredible rise of Maruti Suzuki in India.
It's fascinating how Suzuki's journey really embodies the concept of right place,
Yeah.
right time, but with a healthy dose of calculated risk.
Right.
We have some excerpts here focusing on Suzuki's life,
Okay.
his partnership with India,
Mm-hmm.
and of course the iconic Maruti 800.
Yes.
This wasn't just about selling cars. It was
Yeah.
about tapping into a nation's aspirations.
You know, when I was going through the sources, it struck me that Suzuki's family business was weaving looms.
Right.
Not exactly a typical starting point for a captain of industry, right?
Yeah, it speaks to his adaptability and his eye for opportunity.
Hmm.
Post-war Japan was rebuilding
Yeah.
and needed affordable transportation options. Suzuki recognizes moving from looms to motorized bikes
Right.
and then hitting a real turning point with the Suzuki Light car.
The Suzy Light, sort of a Japanese echo of Henry Ford's Model T in a way,
Exactly.
making car ownership a possibility for the average person.
And that thread of accessibility weaves through Suzuki's entire story.
Wow.
But where things get truly captivating is when he turns his attention to India in the late 1970s.
Okay.
Imagine a landscape where car ownership was limited, and most global automakers saw India as a risky venture.
And that's where Suzuki's vision shines through.
Yes.
He recognized the untapped potential of a nation on the brink of economic expansion.
Exactly.
This wasn't just about market analysis.
Yeah.
The sources emphasize Suzuki's deep trust in Indira Gandhi's leadership and her vision for India's future.
That personal element is crucial.
Mhm.
It wasn't just a cold business deal.
Right.
It was about shared belief in progress in a better future for India. It was a gamble, of course, but Suzuki's faith in India's potential would pay off in ways nobody could have predicted.
This leap of faith resulted in the birth of Maruti Udyog Limited,
Yes.
the joint venture between Suzuki and the Indian government, paving the way for a car that would become synonymous with India's automotive revolution, the Maruti 800.
The year was 1983.
Okay.
And the launch of the Maruti 800 was indeed a pivotal moment.
Yes.
Its compact size, fuel efficiency, and most importantly, its affordability.
Mm.
Perfectly aligned with the needs of a burgeoning Indian middle class.
It wasn't just a car. It became a cultural symbol, didn't it?
Absolutely.
A representation of upward mobility, connecting people to opportunities they'd never had before.
Exactly.
Owning a Maruti 800 wasn't just about transportation.
Mm-hmm.
It was a statement of aspiration and progress.
Imagine the impact on families.
Yeah.
The ability to travel more easily, to access better jobs, to connect with a wider world. This people's car, as it was often called, became a symbol of India's growing confidence in its embrace of modernization.
And Maruti Suzuki's success didn't stop there.
Right.
They went on to dominate the Indian market for decades.
Yes.
What factors contributed to their sustained success? Was it just the Maruti 800, or was there something more at play?
The Maruti 800 was undoubtedly a game changer,
Yeah.
but their lasting success can be attributed to a combination of strategic decisions.
Okay.
Suzuki's focus on local manufacturing created jobs and boosted the Indian economy.
Mhm.
They invested heavily in research and development,
Oh.
constantly adapting their vehicles to the evolving needs and preferences of the Indian market.
So it wasn't a case of build it and they will come.
Right.
Maruti Suzuki really embedded themselves within the Indian ecosystem, contributing to the country's growth while solidifying their own position.
Exactly. They went beyond just assembling cars.
Yeah.
They were building a skilled workforce by training Indian engineers and technicians. This commitment to localization and self-reliance resonated deeply with the Indian government and the people. It was a true partnership in every sense of the word.
And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of this story.
Yeah.
Suzuki's leadership style.
Mhm.
He seemed to operate beyond the conventional, often cutthroat world of business.
Yeah.
What made his approach so unique?
Suzuki's leadership wasn't just about maximizing profits. It was about nurturing long-term relationships
Okay.
built on trust, collaboration, and mutual benefit. He genuinely believed in empowering his employees and fostering a culture of respect.
Okay.
There's a story about how Suzuki insisted on personally visiting the factory floor regularly,
Wow.
engaging with workers at all levels,
Okay.
seeking their input and feedback.
That's such a stark contrast to the image we often have of CEOs tucked away in their ivory towers,
Right.
detached from the day-to-day realities of their companies.
Yeah.
It seems like Suzuki was a leader who led by example, valuing the contributions of everyone within the organization.
And that resonates even more powerfully today,
Yeah.
as many question whether businesses prioritize short-term profits over genuine long-term value creation.
Right.
Suzuki's story is a compelling counter-narrative, a testament to the power of genuine partnership,
Yeah.
shared goals, and a commitment to building something sustainable that benefits both the company and the community it serves.
Suzuki's passing in 2021 was met with an outpouring of grief in India,
Yes.
a testament to the impact he had on the nation.
Mm.
It's clear that he was more than just a CEO.
Right.
He was seen as a friend of India,
Yeah.
a visionary leader who believed in the country's potential
Yeah.
and contributed significantly to its growth.
His legacy continues to inspire,
Yeah.
reminding us that business at its best can be a force for positive change, a catalyst for progress,
Yeah.
and a vehicle for creating a more equitable and prosperous world.
We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive. From weaving looms to revolutionizing India's automotive landscape, Suzuki's journey has been marked by adaptability, vision, and a profound belief in the power of partnership.
Right.
But what about the impact on everyday people?
Yeah.
We'll delve into the cultural significance of Maruti Suzuki and explore how these cars became symbols of aspiration and progress in India after a short break.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Osamu Suzuki and Maruti Suzuki in India.
Yeah.
We've explored the genesis of their partnership, but now I'd like to shift gears and delve into the cultural impact
Okay.
of Maruti Suzuki on India.
All right.
How did these cars, especially the iconic Maruti 800, influence daily life for Indians?
That's a great point. We've talked about the business strategy, the vision.
Right.
But what about the human element? How did Maruti Suzuki weave itself into the fabric of Indian society?
Think back to India in the 1980s.
Right.
Car ownership was a luxury for a select few.
Right.
The roads were dominated by two-wheelers, buses, and auto rickshaws. The arrival of the Maruti 800 was a significant disruption.
Yeah.
It democratized car ownership,
Okay.
making it accessible to a wider segment of the population.
So it wasn't just about getting from point A to point B. It was about a shift in mindset,
Absolutely.
a sense of empowerment, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Imagine the possibilities that opened up for families.
Yeah.
Weekend trips to nearby towns, easier commutes to work, the ability to visit relatives in distant villages
Right.
without relying on infrequent and often overcrowded public transport.
I can see how the Maruti 800 became a symbol of progress,
Yeah.
a tangible representation of India's economic aspirations and its burgeoning middle class.
Precisely. It wasn't just a car. It was a status symbol, an embodiment of upward mobility.
Okay.
Maruti Suzuki tapped into this sentiment brilliantly through their marketing campaigns,
Yeah.
often portraying the car as a vehicle for family togetherness,
Right?
for achieving dreams for a brighter future.
They understood the emotional connection people were forging with their cars.
And they leveraged that to create a powerful brand identity.
Yes. They didn't just sell cars.
Yeah.
They sold a lifestyle,
Oh.
a sense of belonging, a vision of a modern India where individuals and families could chart their own destinies.
It's amazing how a product can transcend its functional purpose
Right.
and become so deeply ingrained in a nation's cultural narrative.
And it wasn't just about clever marketing.
Yeah.
Maruti Suzuki backed up their aspirational messaging with concrete actions.
Good.
They invested heavily in building a robust service network across the country,
Right.
ensuring that even in remote areas,
Yeah.
Maruti owners had access to reliable maintenance and spare parts.
So they weren't just selling a dream.
Exactly.
They were providing the support system to make that dream a reality.
Yes.
They were building trust and ensuring that the Maruti 800 wouldn't become a burden, but a reliable companion on the journey of progress.
Exactly. And that commitment to quality and accessibility was a key differentiator for Maruti Suzuki. They understood that for many Indian families, a car was a significant investment,
Yeah.
and they wanted to ensure that it provided value for money,
Okay.
not just in terms of price, but also in terms of durability and reliability.
That long-term view that focus on building trust and lasting relationships with customers aligns perfectly with Suzuki's overall leadership philosophy, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It wasn't about quick profits, but about creating something sustainable and beneficial for all stakeholders.
You're absolutely right. And that brings us to another crucial aspect of Maruti Suzuki's success.
Okay.
Their ability to adapt and evolve.
Yeah.
The Indian market was dynamic, consumer preferences were changing,
Right.
and competition was intensifying.
Yeah.
How did they navigate these challenges
Yeah.
and maintain their market dominance?
That's a key question because staying at the top is often more challenging than getting there.
Maruti Suzuki's success in staying ahead of the curve
Yeah.
can be attributed to their constant innovation and their willingness to embrace new technologies. Okay.
They introduced new models, constantly upgraded features,
Right.
and expanded their product portfolio to cater to a wider range of customer needs and preferences.
It sounds like they were constantly listening to the market,
Yes.
anticipating trends, and proactively responding to evolving consumer demands.
Precisely.
Yeah.
They understood that complacency was the enemy of progress.
Right.
Suzuki encouraged a culture of learning, experimentation, and continuous improvement within the company. He believed in empowering his team to challenge the status quo,
Okay.
to take calculated risks,
Right.
and to never stop innovating.
That agility and responsiveness are critical for any company, especially in a fast-paced and ever-changing market like India.
And it wasn't just about product innovation.
Yeah.
Maruti Suzuki also recognized the importance of building a strong brand image
Okay.
that resonated with their target audience. They invested in marketing campaigns that highlighted their commitment to quality, affordability, and family values.
Further solidifying their position as the people's car brand.
They weren't just selling cars.
Right.
They were selling a story, a vision of a better life that millions of Indians aspired to.
And that's a testament to their understanding of the Indian consumer.
Yeah.
Their ability to connect with them on an emotional level and to position their products as more than just vehicles,
Right.
but as enablers of dreams and aspirations.
Maruti Suzuki's journey is a fascinating example of how a company can become deeply ingrained in a nation's culture.
Indeed.
They've gone beyond just manufacturing cars.
Yeah.
They've played a role in shaping aspirations, influencing lifestyles, and contributing to India's economic growth.
Indeed. And as we move to the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
we'll explore the legacy of Osamu Suzuki,
Right.
the lessons we can learn from his leadership, and the lasting impact of Maruti Suzuki on the Indian automotive landscape and beyond.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the remarkable story of Osamu Suzuki and the rise of Maruti Suzuki in India. We've explored the origins of their partnership, the cultural impact of their vehicles, and their strategies for navigating a dynamic market.
Yes.
But as we wrap up this exploration, I'm curious about the broader lessons we can glean from this story.
Okay.
What can we as listeners
Yeah.
learn from Suzuki's journey and apply to our own lives and work?
That's a great question. Suzuki's story offers a wealth of insights, not just for business leaders, but for anyone
Right.
striving to make a meaningful impact.
Yeah.
One of the most striking takeaways is the importance of long-term vision. Suzuki didn't just see a market opportunity in India.
Right.
He saw a nation brimming with potential,
Okay.
a people eager for progress, and he committed to being a part of that journey.
It's about more than just chasing short-term gains. It's
Exactly.
about understanding the larger context, identifying a need, and aligning your efforts with a purpose that goes beyond profit margins.
Exactly. And intertwined with that vision is the power of genuine partnership. Suzuki recognized that he couldn't achieve his ambitious goals alone.
Right.
He needed to collaborate with the Indian government, build trust with local communities,
Yeah.
and empower a workforce eager to learn and grow.
It was a true meeting of minds, a shared belief in the potential of the partnership,
Absolutely.
and a commitment to creating a win-win scenario for everyone involved.
Absolutely. And this leads to another crucial lesson, the importance of adaptability.
Oh.
The Indian market was constantly evolving.
Right.
Consumer preferences were shifting, and competition was fierce.
Yeah.
Maruti Suzuki had to be agile,
Okay.
constantly innovating and adapting to stay ahead of the curve.
So it wasn't just about having a great initial product. It
Yeah.
was about the ability to evolve,
Exactly.
to anticipate market trends, to embrace new technologies, and to never become complacent.
Precisely. And Suzuki fostered a culture of continuous improvement within the company. He encouraged his team to challenge assumptions,
Right.
experiment with new ideas,
Right.
and never stop learning.
Yeah.
This agility and responsiveness were key to their enduring success.
And Underpinning all of this was Suzuki's unique leadership style.
Yes.
He wasn't the stereotypical top-down CEO.
Right.
He believed in empowering his employees,
Mm.
fostering a culture of collaboration,
Yeah.
and leading by example.
He walked the factory floor,
Wow.
engaging with workers at all levels,
Okay.
seeking their input and feedback.
Mm.
He valued relationships and prioritized long-term value creation over quick profits.
Right.
It was a leadership style rooted in humility, respect, and a genuine belief in the power of collective effort.
In a world that often seems obsessed with instant gratification and short-term gains,
Yeah.
Suzuki's story is a refreshing reminder that patience, persistence, and a genuine commitment to building something meaningful can yield remarkable results.
His legacy extends far beyond balance sheets and market share.
Yeah.
He showed the world that business can be a force for positive change, a catalyst for progress, and a vehicle for creating a more equitable and prosperous society.
And perhaps that's the most enduring lesson of all,
Mm-hmm.
that success is not just about what you achieve,
Right.
but how you achieve it.
Yes.
It's about the relationships you build,
Mhm.
the impact you have on people's lives, and the legacy you leave behind.
Suzuki's story is a powerful testament to the idea that business,
Yeah.
when guided by vision, integrity, and a genuine desire to make a difference,
Right.
can truly transform the world.
It's been an incredible journey exploring the life of Osamu Suzuki and the rise of Maruti Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
His story is one of vision, partnership, adaptability, and a profound belief in human potential.
Absolutely.
And as we conclude this deep dive, I'd like to invite our listeners to reflect on how they can apply these lessons to their own lives, to their own work, and to their own communities.
How can we all strive to build businesses, to create partnerships,
Mm-hmm.
to foster relationships that are based on mutual respect, shared vision, and a genuine desire to make the world a better place?
Right.
Osamu Suzuki showed us that it's possible.
A small ode to Osamu Suzuki, Indirama, Priyadarshini Nehru, and Maruti Suzuki for their contribution to India's growth.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving to make a positive difference in the world.